Most people think that Krishna's story begins with miracles, but it actually begins with fear, a prophecy, a prison, and two parents who had no way out. This is Krishna's life explained simply arc-wise. This is the first arc, the birth that changed everything. Long before Krishna became a guide to the world, he was a threat to one man. That man was Kamsa, the ruler of Mathura. One day, Kamsa heard a prophecy that the eighth child of his sister Devaki would be the reason for his end. And something happened inside him. Fear turned into control. Control turned into cruelty. Kamsa didn't wait for proof or time. He acted immediately. He imprisoned Devaki and her husband Vasudeva. Inside that prison, Devaki and Vasudeva lived a life of helplessness. One by one, the children were taken away from them. Not because they did anything wrong, but because someone else's fear needed a target. Then the night came. The eighth child was born, Lord Krishna. And what's beautiful is, the world didn't celebrate. There were no drums or crowd, no grand announcement, just silence. A baby in a prison cell and a storm outside. Sometimes the greatest turning points of life arrive quietly. Vasudeva knew one thing. If Krishna stayed in Mathura, he wouldn't survive. So he did something impossible. He carried Krishna out of the prison when the guards were asleep and the gates were open. And then came the moment that feels like pure cinema. The Yamuna river, swollen, wild, dangerous. But Vasudeva stepped into it anyway. Not because he was fearless, but because love makes you brave even when you're terrified. That crossing is one of the most symbolic moments in Krishna's life. When the world becomes unsafe, Dharma doesn't ask if you're ready. It asks if you'll move. Vasudeva reached Gokul. There, Krishna was placed in the care of Yashoda and Nanda. And here's the part most people forget. Krishna's early life wasn't royal. It was simple. He wasn't raised with power. He was raised with love. This matters because Krishna didn't become wise in comfort. He became wise among ordinary people, among laughter, among village dust and daily life. And that's why his wisdom feels human. But Kamsa's fear didn't end, because fear is never satisfied. It doesn't stop when it wins. It keeps hunting. He sent danger towards Gokul, again and again. So Arc 1 ends here. Krishna is safe, for now, hidden in simplicity, raised in love, while danger still exists somewhere beyond the village. And in Arc 2, we enter the world of Gokul and Vrindavan, where Krishna's childhood becomes legend and devotion begins to take shape.